Hello students, it's day 2 for the chapter Changes in the World Around Us. The specific objectives of the topic are reversible and irreversible changes, physical changes. So open page number 26 of your chemistry textbooks. Students, in previous lecture we have discussed what is a change, then classification of changes into 6 categories which were natural and man-made changes. Then we have done periodic and non-periodic changes, then desirable and undesirable changes, slow and fast changes. And today we are going to discuss next two, that is reversible and irreversible and physical changes. Now coming to reversible changes. Let's start with the help of an example today. Students, I have taken an ice tray and I am going to fill this with water. Now, when I'll keep this ice tray in freezer for some time, what will happen? Yes, a change has occurred. Water gets changed into ice, and this process of changing water into ice is called freezing. Now, if I keep this ice tray at room temperature, will any change occur in this ice? Yes, ice will start melting, and with the time, ice will get converted into water like this. And this process of changing ice into water is called melting. So, what do we conclude from this? Yes, this was an example of reversible change. So, reversible changes. The changes that can be reversed are called reversible changes. As you have seen that water was converted into ice, and ice at room temperature again gets converted into water. So this was reversed, the change was reversed. So this type of change is called reversible change. Some more examples of reversible changes are stretching of rubber band. It's regaining its original shape. So this is an example of reversible change. Melting of chocolate is also a reversible change. Next is irreversible changes. Students, this is flour. When we knead it with water, it becomes thick. Like this. Now, can we make powdered flour from this kneaded flour? No. So, kneading of flour is an example of irreversible change. Irreversible changes. The changes that cannot be reversed are called irreversible changes. Let's discuss some more examples of irreversible change. Bursting of crackers. Once burst, cannot regain its chemical properties again. So, it's an irreversible change. Making of chapatis from the flour, it is also an example of irreversible change. Now next is physical change. The change in which no new substance is formed is called physical change. We have done so many examples of physical change in other changes, like tearing of paper and melting of chocolate. In these examples, only its state or shape changes, no new substance is formed. So these are examples of physical change. Now let's start with the reading of the chapter on page number 26. Reversible and irreversible changes. Reversible changes. A change is reversible if the substances can be brought back to their original form after the occurrence of the change. Like we have done an example of freezing of ice and then ice melting into water. This was an example of reversible change. A reversible change is indicated by using double arrow. Double arrow indicates that the process can be reversed. Evaporation is another example of reversible change. Water, being in liquid state, when is heated, converts into vapor state, that is steam, and when steam is cooled at same temperature, then it converts into water, that is its liquid state. So evaporation is a reversible change which is followed by condensation. Sublimation is also an example of reversible change. Sublimation is a process in which solid directly gets converted into gaseous state on heating at fixed temperature without undergoing liquid state. Here an example of ammonium chloride is given. Ammonium chloride in solid state when heated gets converted into ammonium chloride vapors. And when these vapors of ammonium chloride are cooled, they get converted into solid ammonium chloride. Now let's study its activity. To study the process of sublimation method, take some powdered crystals of iodine in a china dish. You can see a china dish in the picture and some iodine crystals are placed inside it, on which an inverted funnel is placed. An inverted funnel is placed. You can see the apparatus correctly. The stem of the funnel is plugged with a little cotton. A cotton plug is there on the top of the stem of inverted funnel so that no vapors could escape out from it. Heat the china dish on the sand bath. Sand bath is nothing but a container with the sand inside it. The deep violet vapors of iodine will rise up and condense on the cooler walls of the funnel. Students, a cotton plug is placed on the top of the stem of inverted funnel. So when the iodine crystals will get heated up, the vapors of iodine will rise up. But due to the cotton plug, they won't escape from the stem and they will condense on the cooler walls of the funnel. So this is the process of sublimation, in which solid iodine crystals will convert into vapors and then vapors will condense on the walls of inverted funnel, forming iodine crystals again. Irreversible changes. A change is irreversible if the substance cannot be brought back to its original state. A substance cannot regain its state, size, composition, then it is irreversible change. Example of irreversible changes are burning of paper, souring of milk, breaking of glass tumbler, germination of seed, cooking of food, growth of a plant. All are examples of irreversible changes. We have discussed earlier making of chapatis is an irreversible change. Then we have also discussed bursting of crackers as an irreversible change. Physical and chemical changes. Physical changes. A physical change is the one in which the substance undergoing the change is not destroyed. No new element or compound is formed. That is, its chemical composition does not changes. Only the color, shape or size of the substance may change. That means its physical composition can change, but its chemical composition won't be affected. Examples: conversion of water into ice and conversion of water into steam are physical changes because ice and steam can be converted back into water. Here only the state of water changes, but its chemical composition does not change. So it is a type of physical change. Glowing of an electric bulb is a physical change as no new substance is formed. Molding of clay or kneading of flour is a physical change, yes, because its chemical properties are same. Magnetizing an iron nail is a physical change as on magnetizing an iron nail, its chemical properties does not change. Powdering of sugar is also a physical change as on powdering the sugar, its sweetness does not get changed. Drying of clothes is also an example of physical change as no new substance is formed during drying of clothes. Learning outcomes of today's topic are reversible and irreversible changes, physical changes and their examples.